Okay, so if I get so I get AM, you get FM.
Yep, yep.
Okay, okay. I see how this goes, man. I see how this goes. Um,
You got dibs on AM, so I mean, there you go.
all right, hold on a second. I gotta open up the document so I can do this proper. Hello,
Nice.
children. Wait, that's not how this works.
No, you
This is
need
like
more standard.
yeah, this is the Guitar Builders podcast, and I'm your host, and this is also your host. What the fuck happened? You went what? How? So this is the fun of using software.
Yeah.
It popped your. So here's what it did. It popped you out of the window, and now you're back. Okay, so we are the Guitar Builders podcast, and this is me, Mike, and this is Trevor. Wait, other way.
Travis.
Travis, Trevor.
Oh,
You know, I get the both of you confused. You guys look like you're clones of each other.
yeah, I mean, it happens, you know.
Are you guys
Just
twins?
add, yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Just add 80 pounds and you got me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So we were going to talk about stuff because people like to hear people talk about stuff, and it's very
you know, stuff, things, whatnot. Who's he, what's it? Who's he,
yeah.
don'ts it?
Yeah. So let me just pull up the YouTube channel just to make sure that nobody's harassing us in chat because that would be unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
But yeah, it says right now smoking with cigarettes.
Smoking with cigarettes.
All right.
Dang.
All right. So now that I am in chat
Right
I
now,
can
smoking
moderate
with
stuff.
cigarettes.
Oh my god, I can hear us.
Smoking with cigarettes. Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good. So
Good
now
store bought.
yeah, now I'm doing the creator thing, so we don't have to listen to us. So we're going to talk today about guitar building and what got us into it, the first builds we did. So I want to start with you because you know this is my channel. Everybody knows what I do here. So you do your thing. What got you into this craziness?
Well, honestly, I was just watching a lot of YouTube. Crimson Guitars, Texas Toast, Big D, you name it, you know, the few big ones that are out there that actually build guitars. And, you know, I was like, you know, I really want to try that. I've always wanted to try building my own guitar. I've customized guitars of my own in the past, but never actually built one. And I built my first one, and then I found out there was such thing as this kit guitar. So I was like, well, I already built my first one, so I ain't never touching a kit guitar. Ball out, right? And my first one is up here.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Let's see if I can get a good shot on that.
I got the pervert cam on.
There we go. There's my first one right there.
Oh, it's purpley.
Yep, purple.
Wow. That's cute, man. I like it.
Thank you. I was going for Purdy, and that's what I landed on. So it's like it's a light purple to dark purple to black galactic burst type deal I was going for.
Yeah.
First time doing any of that kind of stuff, and it was made completely out of plywood.
Plywood,
I would
really?
not recommend. Yeah, I would not recommend it. It makes it so much harder to work with. So when professionals say they don't recommend plywood, that being said, I'm not a professional, you know. But when they say don't work with plywood, if you're going for your first one, actually buy some hardwood. It's not that much more expensive, and it's so much easier to work with. So that's about it.
Yeah, you know, I actually think that your first guitar looks nicer than my first guitar.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I did cheapen out when I started my first guitar, and I actually bought parts. Like this is it right here. This beauty, good old Strat style. I was actually like when I first put that together, I needed a project because I was all like sad and butthurt, so I need something to do. I had a fiance that left me, and I was like, I want to write music and be artistic and get my mind off all this. So then I started like going on eBay, and I was like, hey, China's got this neck that's only $70. and a mahogany Stratocaster body. That seems different. I wonder what else I can find on here. And I went down this deep rabbit hole until I found all these different parts and pieces. And I tried to put it together. I did all the finishing myself. I like watching Ben Crow got me into it. Watching him do stains and stuff, I was like, wow, staining looks easy. And then I watch other dudes, like the guy, who's the dude that does guns and guitars? You know what I'm talking about.
Derek or something like that? Is that his name?
Yeah, I forget his name exactly, but he's actually a pretty charismatic fellow.
And, yeah, I like that, and I like guitars, so I get it.
Yeah, well, he was doing a whole bunch of stuff with tung oil, and I was like, hey, this looks really easy to do, so why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So that's how I got into this craziness.
Nice.
Because I wanted to do something to get myself unsad. And I actually tried to do stuff like this before when I was like 18. Because I got really pissed off at my Squier Telecaster I had and beat the living shit out of a Fender Frontman amp. It stopped working, so I was like, no! Eat shit. So
eat shit / die.
Yeah, I was playing in a band at the time too that was like really weird. It was called like Downfall, and it was like me and this other dude. It was a lot of fun, but like we'd sit there and play out in the yard with our little practice amps and be like fucking right?
Getting it.
Yeah, and like everybody in the neighborhood could hear us, but we didn't have like any drums or anything. It was just me and this other dude just fucking beating the shit out of our guitars. It was great.
Yeah, that's always the funnest kind of band right there. Is you and your friends just getting it.
Yeah. What got you into playing guitar?
Well, I was like, playing guitar is cool. I want to be cool. Yeah, that's about it. I was about probably 12 when I got my first guitar.
Oh, really?
I collected dust for about 4 years, and then when I was 16, I started actually playing. And I played a fair amount until I was about a little over 20, and then I halted on my practicing and all that stuff, having a kid and all that stuff. It really puts a damper on that thing, because they come up and grab all the strings, and you're like, dang, you know what? I just get it. So I'm more of a noodler these days.
Yeah.
But, back in the day, I was a death metal fucking shredder and all that stuff. So
that's
cool, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, like the stuff that me and this dude Sean were playing, I would say that a lot of it was kind of like emo, but like more like butt rock. Like a lot of like this one dude calls it. It's like butt rock, what's like like Nickelback and Seether and like bands like that. So that was the kind of music I was playing, and I actually got into that craziness because I had like this thing for this girl at school. She wouldn't date nobody but musicians, and I took like guitar in middle school for like a semester or whatever, and I played a little bit, and I was like, this is okay, but I don't ever want to do this again.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, girls ain't dating guys that play flute.
That's true.
You gotta play something cool.
Yeah.
Don't even come to you with no bass.
Actually, when I first started playing music with that dude Sean, I was actually a bass player.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had like this cheap like red I think it was like $80 bass I picked up off the internet.
Nice.
And I was convinced that I was going to someday be the next Flea.
Yeah.
But it never happened.
Hey, there's always like 5 or 6 more lives after this. Who knows?
Yeah. Best to get it all in now,
Exactly. YOLO.
Yeah. So, Great Guitar Build-Off is coming. Or is here. And people are already finished their guitars and making me feel like a piece of shit.
'Tis upon us. I only put my first video out so far, and I'm probably gonna end up with like 6. What about you?
So I'm still processing my lumber. And I tried to do this the manly way and use hand planers because I keep seeing all these dudes with the really nice planers, and all I want to do is use my nice planers, which are actually from Harbor Freight.
Old men with their classic rock in the background of their music, just planing away, just making it look all nice and easy. I'm like, it's not that easy. Stop lying to these people.
Yeah, well, you know there's this dude Rex Kruger,
Yeah.
and I've been religiously watching his videos so that I can learn how to actually take care of my planers and get them working. And his advice has all worked so far to get them usable. But I need like a jack planer, like trying to use like a scrub plane to try to like make perfectly jointable edges is not happening. And I feel terrible. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to actually chop my lumber down into smaller rip cuts and send it through the planer. Even though my planer snipes boards because I don't have a legitimate wood shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we work with what we got, right?
Yeah. That's half the fun too, is watching our machinery just fucking chew apart the things we're working on. And it's like 2 hours of labor, you're like, there's no way that's coming back from that.
At the end of the day, if you're building something and you didn't mess it up first, did you really build anything? I mean, let's get real here.
You know, I think that the litmus test is if you actually bleed on it, you've had a good day. You know, like that's...
I bleed on most of the things I make, you know. Sometimes I leave it too, you know. Never know.
Yeah, actually, the first guitar got me a couple of times. This little guy right here. There was some shit that I was cleaning up, and I was using a chisel for something stupid, because I saw Ben Crow do it, and I was like, yeah, chisels, and I ended up stabbing myself in the fucking hand with the chisel.
Oh man, he makes it look easy.
They all make it look easy.
They all make it look easy. I don't. I make it look like crap, and then I just post a video and then see who likes it.
Yeah. Well, I did actually finish one thing for the Great Guitar build off, like, which is a milestone, but I haven't filmed much of that yet. That would be. Hold on, gotta change it to the wide cam. Wait, not that cam.
Wrong one. Wide cam. There you go.
This is my template, and I like it too. I think it's actually a cool shape.
Yeah, you know, it has like a Thunderbird feel at the end of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it does. But,
yeah, well, I was kind of like looking at like the Jaguar, the Mustang, and being like, you know, offsets are really cool. And then I started looking at a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, yeah, I got to... Ooh, sorry, microphone. I started looking at a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, hey, it'd be really cool to do something like this. So I took a template that I got from this dude, Krasinski, from Krasinski Guitars, and used that to base all my points that are like essential, like where the pickups are routed, the string, the string ferrules, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I think it's smart anyway. I mean, I'll know soon enough.
Me and my brother, we just go for it, honestly. Like when me or him are coming up with a design for one of ours, we're always just like looking up like classic models and stuff and dimensions for the classic models, and we just measure and stuff, and then we just wing it. I mean, here's our Z shape.
Oh, that is cool.
Thank you. Let's see if I can figure out that camera. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, it's very Dimebaggian.
Thank you.
God bless his soul.
Little curve right there because we like our knee swoops.
Yeah.
In our guitars. It's kind of what we do in all of them. Not super unique, but you know, it's what we got. But what are you doing for your actual guitar? What's your end goal? Like, are you gonna stain it? What are we working with over there?
So, I've actually been going through a little bit of a crisis with all that. I've decided that I'm going to try to do like this almost see-through white kind of finish on the body, and then I'm going to stencil a cow with reflective, like, color shifting paint, and I think it's going to look cool. But
so basically, what you're telling me is if Ben Crow sees it, you're guaranteed.
Yeah, that's contingent on the fact that I actually finish this thing in time. because
I know, right?
I still can't glue my boards together. Like I have all this lumber I'm like still trying to get usable. And I've been
Yeah.
like beating the fuck out of my planers trying to make this work. But no, and then the other thing I've been looking at too is epoxy resin. I may actually opt to uh, bore out cavities on the body for an epoxy resin fill of doing that stuff. And I think if I do that, I'll end up doing the painting first and then do. Oh, I don't know, man. I gotta really figure out the order of operations on that. But
Yeah.
I really want to make it look cool, and I've been experimenting with the epoxy resin. So I may still try to go for the white finish, or I might do an epoxy resin finish and like a dark stain. There's a lot of different things I'm looking at right now, but I have the cow. The body was designed around the cow. No shit, man. I'm actually telling you the truth. The body was designed around the cow.
Hey, that sounds perfect. I mean, hey, if you're gonna go resin, I'd probably get some pearlescence to throw in there, just like some shimmer pearlescence
Yeah,
to white pop. That'd be
yeah.
gnarly.
And I actually have a bunch of the like interference resins too, and I picked up some dyes to go along with it.
Yeah.
So at the very least, I know that I'm going to be doing my own inlays on the fretboard with epoxy resin, and
Mm,
I've decided that I'm going to be putting Vermont's state thing at the 12th fret.
gotcha.
I think
Okay.
that I may do that as the only inlay on the fretboard, though.
I really like the just on the 12th fret look.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gnarly. You
yeah,
know, anytime a guitar has just a single like custom 12th fret inlay, I'm like, that's an expensive guitar right there.
yeah. You know that
Yeah,
is definitely like a feature that you look for, and it's like a lot of expensive guitars just have one inlay at the 12th fret. I don't know
yeah,
why that is, but like I also think that that's kind of cool.
yeah.
Um, but I'm also considering doing something different with the markers on the neck.
Mm.
So like on for the side dots, I actually want to do lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that look too.
And you know, at the 12th fret, I do two parallel lines next to each other.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about doing to give it a little bit of its own pizzazz. And there's a couple other little things I'm thinking about doing too, like annealing some metal for the pickup covers.
okay.
Yeah. So that'll be like making them change color by heating them up. For those who may not know, you know.
Yeah, didn't Ben Crow do something like that on the Telecaster? Like put mustard and salt and stuff.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? That kind of thing.
I don't know, man. He runs some sort of meth lab over there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's done a lot of different things. He's definitely done like oxidation of metals and wood using like vinegar and steel wool. I don't know how
Gotcha.
that works exactly, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know now. None of that works. I don't even know how podcasts work apparently. But
Well, you know, I just run the software, okay? I don't know how any of this shit works. I don't know
yeah,
what a VBR is or 60 FPS or KB/S. What's that mean?
I don't know. I just don't know.
But your GGBO stuff, you've
So I got my first video up
yeah.
already. For those of you who don't know, I am the co-builder, owner, something of the channel Wood Style Shinobi. Uh, Check us out on YouTube. We build anime and what other anime and video game based guitars. Have a lot of fun with it. They're not the greatest, but we try. But anyways, I have my first video up for the GGBO, and it is a Naruto based build. For those of you who don't know, it's one of the biggest animes in the world that people recognize. I don't know if you went to high school the same time I did, about 12, 13, 14 years ago. All those nerds with the headbands, the ninja headbands, that's what they were watching. So it's based on a jutsu, as it's called, called the Infinite Tsukeyome. Basically, what it boils down to is a guy can control people. It's a genjutsu. He controls people, and it's the most powerful one there is. He projects it on the moon, and it makes everybody happy. Basically, he's basically the ultimate good guy, kind of like Thanos. You know, Thanos is
Thanos is a douchebag, man.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
But with good guy priorities, like, you know, it's good to him, you know, in his heart of hearts. But got my brother's videos coming out this Friday, and then my second video is coming out the Friday after that. We're staggering our Fridays because we got 2 going on this on the Great Guitar Build Off. I'm building one and he's building one. All right. Let me show you. This is what I got.
Oh yeah, you got something. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sanding it down a little bit, so it's a mahogany.
Ooh, it's got a little shimmer to it too, man.
Oh yeah, this is beauty right here, and this isn't even sanded down at all.
I know, but look at that catenance or whatever they call that.
And then this is the front. I did about an 1/8 inch top from resin.
Oh wow!
I did a red base, and then I carved out all the stuff for the Infinite Tsukeyome, and then I did a black in that. So this is all jacked up because I was sanding it down. It's going to take about an hour of sanding just to get it down to the red again. But that's where I'm sitting on that. I'm going to put some carves in it, so it's one of those, you know, you can see the top just bleed into the body wood, and then I'm going to leave the back body wood mahogany. Just going to probably either oil that or put some kind of clear coat over it. And then I'm going to do a mahogany neck. Don't know what I'm doing for the fretboard yet. Haven't got that far in my life. And I don't know what I'm doing for the fret markers. I'm probably going to go with the just a 12 fret also. That's what I do with a lot of our builds. But I don't know what I'm going to do on that yet. I still got a couple weeks before I have to get into that mindset. So, you know, I really want to think it through.
Yeah, well, you know, this is I've actually been feeling a lot of like stress and pressure because of the GGBO stuff. Like, you know, I keep looking at the milestone dates that I've set for myself versus when we're supposed to have things like submitted. And I'm like, ugh. Every day I'm waking up going like, did I go out on the porch and cut up some boards, or even like look at lumber and acknowledge that it exists?
Yeah, and I should literally go out there and do anything right now.
I've been trying to commit myself to that every day to do something with it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm beat tired, like even if it's just to stand for a second or look things over, remeasure stuff, like just to keep my head in the game.
Oh yeah.
But also working with that rock maple that I got, man, is like been hell. Like that is stupid sturdy. Like,
yeah, it's hard stuff.
Like, have you ever worked with Purple Heart?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is stupid to deal with. It destroys tools. I wouldn't say that the maple's destroyed any of my tools yet, but it's been causing me a lot of hell. And also, oh my god, when I was shooting some of the GGBO stuff, I had some maple that I was trying to, or not some maple. It was the birch for this. Birch plywood for this shit right here.
Oh yeah.
And I was sending that through my bandsaw, and the bandsaw went off track.
Oh yeah. I've done that.
Talk about scary.
Yep.
So, and then I actually filmed myself fixing the bandsaw, and I actually timed myself. It was 17 minutes of my life that I'll never get back.
Yep.
Putting the bandsaw back together.
What size blade do you got on your bandsaw? Is it a 1/4 inch?
Yeah, I think it's about a 1/4 inch blade. I don't know. I have to double check it. It was whatever came with it. I haven't fucked around.
try a 1/2 inch blade. They stay on better.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. You can't get around corners as good, but you can work it a little bit. But
I imagine that's probably a little bit better for rip cutting because it'll stay stable, you know.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't really be using a bandsaw for rip cutting, anyways.
Oh yeah.
I made that mistake. That was actually why I bought it, is because I had a rip fence.
Oh yeah,
Eh.
yeah.
You know, sucker is born every 5 minutes, man, and I was that guy.
Hey, sucker walks into Harbor Freight every weekend, and I was that guy. So,
Oh. Yeah, you know, so I went to a place called Russell Supply up around here in Vermont, over in Williston, and they actually have like real woodworking tools, like real ones that are actually good, right?
got Stanley planes and all that shit. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. So there was a Stanley SW uh, jack plane that I saw. It
Hmm.
was like $150, and I didn't know this because they don't put the prices on anything,
Yeah.
right? So you actually have to bring it up to the register and waste some asshole's time just to know that you can't afford something, or you're $30 short from being able to afford something.
Yep.
And I'm like, so instead I bought CA glue and activator
Yep.
or
Yep.
accelerator or whatever you want to call that. And that is some
Yep.
groovy shit, man.
Dude,
That was
I
50
live in
bucks.
CA glue. How much
50 bucks.
for CA glue?
Yeah. Well, and activator. The activator was 10 bucks. But this thin CA glue that they had is definitely a lot of it. So maybe it's okay. Because it's
Yeah.
definitely bigger than the bottle I got from Amazon of the Star Bond, which was really good, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, most CA glues are treated equally. I mean, they all hold tight. So I've used a few different brands, and I don't know the difference, but then again, I'm a dummy. So there you go.
Yeah, you remember that that post that was on Reddit a long time ago of the Guitar Center employee that installed a Graphtec nut with Gorilla Glue?
Uh-uh.
Oh my god! So yeah, there was this picture that was posted on Reddot of this Telecaster had a Graphtec nut installed with Gorilla Glue, so it was all like puffed up right
Oh
around
yeah.
like all over the nut, like completely, like even the strings were sticking out of it. Man, it was terrible,
Why
right?
would you do that? Like, I understand if you've never used Gorilla Glue before, but
But this was a
honestly,
Guitar Center employee that did this.
yeah, why would that even be in a Guitar Center? Gorilla Glue. What would be the application for that?
I mean, if you got one of those cheap knobs that's got like the abalone thing on the top of it, and the abalone falls out, maybe that's the only time that Gorilla Glue makes sense.
I don't even think I'd still just use CA glue, honestly. I mean, Gorilla Glue, that stuff's, well, I mean, the main Gorilla Glue, the one that puffs up and all that stuff, that's what it's made to do.
Yeah.
It's made to fill gaps and all that stuff. And there's nothing on a guitar that you need something like
Nope, never.
that. You
So for all the newbies out there, do not use Gorilla Glue. Do not be the glue girl.
know? And if you use Gorilla Glue and you've never done it before, try it first.
Yeah.
And then see why you don't use Gorilla Glue on guitars or anything. I mean,
Yeah, like any of the guys would say out there, they'd be like, try it on some offcuts first, and it's like, okay. And then you see that shit
offcuts.
puff. Well, you know, for the kit builder, they may not know what an offcut is. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean that's the land that I grew up in is from kit building. So
Okay.
you know, like getting to the build your own stuff has been a little bit tough, but
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of stuff done. I got another body that's almost finished that I
Oh,
started
nice.
earlier this year. That I took a break from because my router decided to eat up my template.
Yep, been there, done that.
Yeah, I saw
Excellent.
that. I saw that video of yours when the router went and chewed up that neck like bad.
Oh yeah.
I
Every one of our videos, we have one of those. Something catastrophic happens.
yeah, that's half the fun though. You know, like
Yeah.
watching your hard work just go up in flames, and you're like, oh fuck, how am I gonna fix this?
You know, that's the art of it, though. You know, if you can't learn how to fix it, did you really build it?
You know,
You know.
that is a philosophical question, and I
You know,
believe that
somebody.
you are correct.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I haven't built a guitar yet. I built a couple of them, you know, and every time I mess something up, not always that bad,
mhm.
but I always mess something up. like my first guitar that I made, that's the third neck that I made for that thing. I went through 3 freaking necks.
Three necks?
3 necks.
Oh my
I
God.
I never bought a neck. I've always built my own, and necks are tricky, you know. But I was like, I'm building my own guitar. Why would I not build my own? And I was just like, I'm gonna have to learn how to do it eventually if I'm gonna keep doing this stuff. So might as well just start now. Yeah.
Yeah, the neck stuff is pretty spooky.
Yeah.
Like the Texas Toast guys, they showed off some videos where they do some like pretty baller shit, like where they try to shape the neck using the bandsaw. Like that takes some brass balls right there, man. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm not scared of my bandsaw, but doing that is just like.
Well, you get a couple under your belt and you start getting the groove and all that stuff. I mean, those guys, they have a deadhead sander. I don't know if you ever seen any videos.
Oh,
on those,
absolutely! That is a fucking genius invention right there. I can't wait to build my own.
Where you can't even buy them. You got to build your own. I'm like, really? All right. But yeah, I'm definitely in the future. I'm gonna build myself one of those. I mean, if you're gonna build guitars, even if you're not gonna sell them, if you're just gonna build them for yourself, but you want an easy way to fucking get the curvature on the neck right and even and all that stuff, a deadhead sander is the way to go. Yeah,
that's definitely one thing I want the most right now. Yeah. Especially after shaping a neck with a Shinto saw and having to use the shaping gauge to go back and be like, did I do this right? And going back and forth, like trying to make sure everything's even. Like that's the real bitch of it right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to make sure it's all even and stuff, but at the end of the day, it just goes on with what you're doing and all that stuff. I usually Shinto it down, and I grind it, and then I Shinto rasp the rest of it, and then I get that long strip of sandpaper, and that really evens it out all the way around. And then you go back. I go back with a caliper and check the whole neck length and all that stuff to make sure everything's to what I want. And then it's all by feel. You play a little bit, you kind of know what you're looking for, but at the end of the day, you don't know what everybody else is looking for.
Yeah, that's actually a funny distinction too. Is pardon me. If you ever notice, like a lot of those older guitars have like some super chunky necks on them, like that are almost unplayable. And there's like dudes that seek these things out that are like these big fucking logs in your hand. Yeah.
Well, that's like power chords and stuff. If that's all you're doing, or just like top of the neck chord work, But if you're shredding, you can't have something that thick. It's just your hand's gonna get so tired from gripping it. Yeah,
well, even if you tried to just play something like bar chords, man, you're gonna be like, this sucks. Why did I bring this one out of the mothballed like section of my guitar collection? Like this was a bad idea. And now I have carpal tunnel. I'm gonna die now. Thanks.
This sucks. Now I'm gonna die. Great.
Yeah. But one of the most interesting guitars that I've ever actually owned was a guitar from the 80s. It was an Epiphone X1000.
Gotcha.
Now, but this is a really weird guitar. So it's like a Super Strat, right? But no pickguard cover, right? And it would have these little switches for each pickup, and it had like an SSH setup with EMG select pickups and a Wilkinson tremolo bridge. It had a 24 fret neck that was set, and also a Jackson, like how they have like the hockey stick style headstock. Yeah. So it had one of those on it too, and this thing fucking played like a beast.
Nice.
Yeah, but so the neck was like super thin, all the way through it was super thin, and that is one thing that I want to do with my GGBO build is actually give it that same type of neck profile.
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like that one was really nice, and also having maple, it's gonna be pretty strong. So I got to
You got to
cut
be
weight
really
somewhere.
careful with carving out the neck towards the upper frets,
Yeah.
because the truss rod gets a little thicker.
Yeah.
Like that. I think it's about 11, 12 mils.
Mm-hmm.
So plus it's down under the fretboard, blah blah blah. You know where truss rod's at.
Yeah.
You know, I've went through them a couple times. You know, the back of the neck. You know, my Full Metal Alchemist build on that one.
Yeah.
I carved it. It was a little bit. I was just gonna fill it in with a wood grain filler, I think, at the time. But I also I scorched the neck. I burnt it.
Yeah.
Full Crimson Guitar, and you know, it like burnt open a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang. So at the end of the day, I just left it up. I put it in the video. You know, I was just like, it's a feature now. This is what's happened. I'm not fixing it. You can't make me.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny you mentioned the whole like Tsuji band thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I tried to do that on I think 3 guitars so far that I've tried to build. And I love what it does, but you have to be super, super picky about the wood you're trying to do it to.
Yeah.
Like Paulina, that's almost making like just firewood. Like it works and it feels nice, but man, you got to be super careful because that stuff just torches. And I don't know, you've never done a kit guitar, and I think that you should, because that's a whole separate like type of balls you need for that. Because this is like, hey, what the hell did this dude do when he was cutting this thing apart?
Yeah.
Especially if you get the cheap Les Pauls, those are fun. They're such a pain in the asshole. But I ended up Tsuji banning 2 of the Les Pauls kits, and like what happened was I started to discover some funny stuff going on. Right? Because I was like, hey, this veneer is really thin, and it's completely saturated in sealer. I can't stain it. Right?
Yeah.
So I sanded through it, and I started barbecuing it. And I found out that they actually like had glued a bunch of pieces of wood in different directions together underneath the veneer. And, you know, binding doesn't do so well when you start setting it on fire.
Yeah, you know, usually plastic melts.
Yeah, well, I learned that the hard way, man.
I learned that the fun way when I was a kid, burning soldiers with gasoline. So.
Well, I did it with hairspray, and it was my Spawn action figure. I called him Mr. Crispy. There
you go. I mean, that's what Spawn was anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that was like the best comic though. Spawn actually had like potential. I don't know. I'm a little bit biased. I do like Iron Man, but I think Spawn is the best.
I really like Spawn. You know, I should have left it there in the past. The movie does not hold up.
No.
The CGI does not hold up. I watched it a couple years ago. I'm like, dang, man, they need to remake this thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like the coolest story ever. It's like, you know, he goes to hell, makes a deal with the devil, and then tells the devil, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm backing up on this deal. I don't give a fuck.
And then sends the clown.
Oh, my God. What was his name in the comic books? Because it wasn't just clown. It was something weird.
The Defiler? Is that what his name was?
I don't know, but that dude was definitely spooky.
Yeah. Nah, he was gnarly.
Hold on. I got to check my notes.
I think we're just about ready to wrap it up, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so, actually, man. I think we actually burned through all the topics, which is cool. You know, we did things. We set up videos. I switched between scenes and things, like your face.
Stuff, things, whatnot. Yep, you did a
my
great
face.
job. Mm-hmm.
I tried, man. I tried.
Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out some schedules and stuff, because if people actually like this, they're going to want more of it. Which is a very scary proposition.
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, everybody. Have a nice evening. It was nice knowing y'all.
That was the Guitar Builders Podcast. We tried our best.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't good enough. We tried for you guys. Later.